Well, hey friends, welcome to another vlog. So we are gonna tackle some organizing and decluttering in the house. It's kind of pre-holiday craze, right? And at least in our household. And so it's a great time for me to kind of tackle some projects that have needed to get done, that it'd be really nice to have them done before we start maybe decorating for Christmas later and all of that kind of stuff. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna start in the pantry. Definitely need some TLC. I also am going to talk through some of the organization I feel like that actually does and has worked really well for us over the years. So whether you have a giant pantry, a smaller pantry, or you use cabinets, I feel like some of these would translate well to that as well. So I'll share that. We're also going to tackle a couple other areas in the house that just need it. So we'll go through that. You'll see all that together. I did want to share also a grocery haul from Thrive Market. That is where we end up actually buying a lot of the things that we have in our pantry, baking stuff, snacks for both us, for the kids, healthier options for school lunches that are super quick. So thank you to Thrive Market for sponsoring this part of the video. So one thing we have been buying from Thrive Market for quite a while is our multivitamin for the kids. This is the Llama Naturals multivitamin. They really like it. It's got no added sugar. We actually also get the probiotic from this brand. So we give them both in the mornings. It works great. Thinking of pantry staples, we were really restocking the pantry with quite a few things this time. So this is our favorite brand of oatmeal. It's just really, really good. It's, again, I only know as much as I know. It says it's organic, 100% transparency, USDA organic, non-GMO, non-glyphosate certified. These are things you're concerned about. You might actually really like this brand. But they have quick oats, they have steel cut oats, and they also have like just regular oats. So they've got it all, and we always find this big bag on Thrive, which is awesome. The other reason we love Thrive Market, of course, is we save a lot of money. I'll pop on the screen here how much we save just in this order. And I love that not only am I saving money, but I'm able to find a lot of options, whether you're looking for organic foods or you are eating a gluten-free diet, paleo, keto. You can easily funnel and just find, for example, keto options, and it will show you the snacks that are keto friendly and all of that. It's amazing. So other pantry staples, we love to have sunflower seeds and pumpkin seeds in there. A lot of times Tyler will make these like seedy bars that are really, really good, and they call for quite a few of these things. So, but also just for snacking, especially the sunflower seeds, we'll toss these on salad. So good. We also needed some more of the Malden sea salt flakes. These are such a great finishing salt, a total game changer. And honestly, on eggs and on avocado toast, I wanted to try this. I like the brand Primal Kitchen. This is their chicken dippin' sauce. I thought we might like it on like chicken sandwiches. I thought the kids might like it as well. And then we always end up getting coffee from them. This time we got the decaf whole bean coffee. It's impossible to find decaf whole bean coffee. Impossible. So I am literally only able to find this on Thrive. So I don't think I've ever placed an order in the past year where I didn't buy some, because we like to mix this with our regular caffeine beans. The Thrive Market beef sticks, we often get the chomps. We love those, but we've got the Thrive Market brand as well, and they're also really, really good, and they're a little bit cheaper. So I figured we'd try those again. I got for the kids these Brainiac fruit snacks. It says it's got omega-3s and choline, so it supports brain health. Kids love fruit snacks. And then I haven't gotten these in a while, but I love them. The Good Crisp white cheddar chips. I love a salty snack in the afternoon, and so I'm very excited to have these again. It's been a while. Also got for fun the Lesser Evil popcorn. This is their sweet and salty. It's kind of like a holiday one. And really, I just mean it's like a holiday bag, but it was just really pretty. But I love me some like kettle corn like popcorn. Yes, please. So another pantry staple is olive oil. This one is such a great deal for really high quality olive oil. Like I don't think you can really beat this. So we often buy that when we are out. And then this, I got this before years ago, and it was before I really was into making cold brew or iced coffee at home quickly. This is their instant cold brew concentrate. But it's so small because all you need is a tablespoon of this. It shows you how to make it for different versions of coffee. So this says it makes 16 cups of iced coffee in this little glass bottle. So I thought that was awesome. I want to try this properly now, but we often will just add things to our Thrive Market cart, like on our app on our phone, as we think of things, as we run out of things. And then once we hit the $49 threshold, that is when you get free shipping. And so we always wait till we get to that point, and that is the time we check out. We typically just place an order once a month. Every once in a while, we'll do it twice a month. but we're able to really stock our pantry, stock the things that we go through quickly, snacks for the kids. It saves us time, it saves us money, and it's a lot of healthier options, which I think is really cool. So if you are into any of those things, I really think you would love Thrive Market. So if you were ever thinking about joining Thrive Market, I would consider joining this month because right now they're having their cyber sale. It is nearly all month long. It is 25% off of so many of their top sellers, their best-selling brands, a lot of the ones you see me talk about all of the time, including stuff today. And you wanna check back often because they are dropping new sales weekly and things don't always stay in stock. So not only is it a great time to shop because of the cyber sale, but if you join using my link, which is thrivemarket.com/jessicabraun, you can get an additional, stacked on top of that, 30% off of your first order and a free gift. So like I said, it's an awesome time to join. If you were thinking about certain things you know you're gonna bake, whether it's for Thanksgiving or for the holiday season after that in December, and you know there's certain things you bake every year, this would be a great way to get a bunch of those ingredients for a huge chunk off. So I will have the link to shop down in the description box and in a pinned comment. And thank you so much to Thrive Market for continuing to support my channel and for sponsoring this part of the video. Now, as I said, we're gonna tackle the pantry first. I feel like the pantry is the lifeblood of our home. Especially with toddlers are snackers. If you have a toddler or if you've had a toddler or maybe you've babysat a toddler, you know, like they are snackers. Like it gets to the point where you almost have to tell them that lunch is a snack so that they will eat it. I was talking to some girlfriends about that the other day that have similar age kids and they were like, oh my gosh, the snacking, it's out of control. I'm like, I know. Anyway, so it's all in good fun because toddlers are so darn cute and they're growing. And anyway, that means that this pantry door is open all day long. Like, I mean, we're all always getting into it. So it needs to have a system that works. And I do feel like actually the system we have does work. It just is one of those things that you just have to kind of, Tyler always say, we got to touch the pantry every few months, as in like take out, especially the main few levels, get it reorganized, go through. Sometimes the kids will put like empty things. I'll show you what I mean. Sometimes the kids will put empty boxes in there, like Gigi will finish the crackers and then the box is put back in there. Little things like that. Okay, so this is what we're working with right now. We have got Halloween-y things. We've got just random things. We actually used to keep like ready to grab snacks down here. Having that easy for them to get became a problem. So that changed. We do still have some, like I've got some, you know, kind of Nutri-Grain type bars and things like that, crackers they can reach. But I need to utilize some of the space a little bit better. This is actually, no, remembering, this is where her lunchbox usually lives, which works really well. But like this is empty. I could clean that and put the goldfish in it if I wanted. So some of these crackers, I pulled out some of these boxes the other day and I'm like, oh my gosh, these were in the back and they're so old. I didn't even see we had them and they're almost gone. So the systems that work, I'll show you maybe once we've cleaned this out so you can see it a little bit better. But just so you have a solid before of what we're working with. First, I need to grab my coffee and my water, which is upstairs. And I always have socks to bring up, always in books. I just had this fear. The trash truck is going by. I'm like, dude, put the trash truck out. Or, you know what I'm saying? The trash out, but we did. It's like, oh no. So I figure I will start with pulling most of the things out. Like I said, some of the areas like the upper area over here, that area there, that's mostly baking stuff, like flours and sugar, you know, that kind of thing. So it doesn't really get messed up too often. So that's probably mostly can stay. But there's like a box of some more kits, things like that that don't belong up there that need to come down too. So we've got a slightly fresher cup of coffee to tackle the project I've been putting off for a while. Let's do this. I think we're gonna go one shelf at a time because the idea of pulling everything out at the same time makes my skin crawl. I've done it before. It's helpful when you're totally starting over, but for us, you know. So first up on that shelf is a just basket of snack bags. So things like pretzels, tortilla chips. However, we have like 3 bags of tortilla chips because we hosted a thing recently and we mix like the dark chips with like lighter chips. And then those are here and you know what I mean? So either I just mix them all and put it in here so it's all in one bag. I think that's what I'm going to do. But then we also have these tortilla chips. So I think I'm just going to mix those. Pita chips, pretzels. I do feel like this basket, the basket works really well. But I do feel like these are not things we go through quickly. Out of all of these, tortilla chips we go through quicker. Like we'll use them on taco nights and, you know, just for snacks. But like pita chips, pretzels, we have these snap pea crisps. The kids go through phases with these where they really like them and then they really don't. These have like 2 in the bag. So I'm gonna make a little pile of like, okay, when the kids come home, like everyone help finish these and then we'll just be done with them versus putting that entire bag back in. Oh, and there's like 3 pretzels in here. So same pile. We're gonna have like a fun little snack party. I have these rice cakes I didn't even know I had. I love throwing some peanut butter on these suckers and eating them in the afternoon. The kids like them too, but they were hidden beneath these. So I'm gonna move those to the front. We have these coconut rolls. These are so good. I'm gonna have these all together here. This will be the front. Tortilla chips. This bag is humongous. We used to do the thing where we would put all of the things in like glass containers. I feel like there was that time like 5 years ago where a lot of us were doing that. But I just realized pretty quickly that it was so much work to have like, when do these expire? And I don't know. It's just easier to have them in the bags. I certainly realized that. All right. And 1 chip for good measure. We need to have a taco night soon. Eat through some of these, but oh no. Still have this. Put the tortilla chips to the side. Like maybe those can be in their own thing for now until I can actually fit these. I also still have some of that like protein popcorn, the cloud. That's pretty good. You know I still have this. That can go in there. I have these individual bags of popcorn too, but I might put them in this other thing I'm going to show you here in a minute. All right, so I mean that feels pretty good. Actually see what's in there. You just kind of scoop this inside. Now I need to make a little pile of these guys, you know. We also have things we like to have on hand for the kids. These little organic pops from Yum Earth. These are so good. Shameless snacks. Oh my gosh. All right, so there's our tortillas. I'll find their spot in there in a minute. I definitely need to wipe that down. So the other thing we have is this 3 container. It's actually 3 separate pieces. And it's like a drawer. So there's 2 smaller drawers on the top and this bottom. It works well when it works well. But I feel like things go to die because I'll try to hide candy up here. Like they'll win candy at something or whatever. And it all just ends up here, which is good because they can't see it. Then they're not asking about it. Like, what are we doing with all this candy? You know, that's empty. There's 2 Starbursts in there. Like, what are we doing? A push pop. I should put that. I have like a little baggie of future trip things, and this would be great in there. I don't think I would think to look in here, so I might put that in that. So that way I actually use it for a future trip. Yeah, I didn't even know we had fruit snacks in here. These should go in their little snack thingy, which I'll show you in a minute. So should this V-bar. Little shortbread cookies, yum. Okay, so it's empty at least, and we can start fresh. Looking in here, we have, these are more like grown-up snacks. We've got these dark chocolate espresso beans, yum. A couple of these little Unreal coconut bars. My mom got me onto these. I've had a lot of the Unreal, but they have been very into these lately, so I ended up buying some. A protein bar, that doesn't really go in there. This brownie, I think we got at like a hotel at some point. Maybe it was even on a plane. I don't know, but it's like hard as a rock. These are from last Christmas. I'm sure they're probably still fine, right? I don't know. Cadbury eggs. Oh, these mint chocolates from Michigan. These are good. So like these are our 2 little like loves right here. And then we also have these really nice salty dark chocolates. So like those make sense to me in here. The Unreal, these are kind of like grown up sweet treats, like I said. Maybe I'll put the little shortbread rounds in there too. I mean, the kids could have a lot of this too, but you know what I mean. Okay, so that works. This big drawer on the bottom, again, random things. Love these cookies. Love my little barbecue bites. Oh my gosh, dried mango. All of us love dried mango. Unopened thing of Cheetos. I'm not even sure what that's from. Beef jerky. I need to tell Tyler that he has this in here. He loves this stuff and he's always asking for it. And it was right here. Okay, got a couple chickpea snacks. This is my favorite flavor though. Oh my gosh. Okay, this is becoming a tour of the food. That's not the point. All right, so I'm gonna go through this stuff and then I'll show you how this ends up. All right, so that's not, oh, that one is open. Okay. I am just about done with this. Instead of having 2 random drawers of candy, just ridiculous. I now have one. I kind of consolidated the like smaller things of candy. I just put in their little Halloween bags. So then in here, it is much better. You can see everything. Yay. And then I just have some that are like more individualized snacks in there. So that works well. Kind of our little catch-all for snackage. Okay, much better. I feel like that next one up that I just sprayed down is basically breakfast stuff, give or take. So I have this basket I just kind of looked through, made sure everything was still good. It's got oatmeal, cream of wheat, carnation breakfast, although that's been there forever. Tyler loved that as a kid, so he insists on having it, but then I don't think he ever drinks it. So anyway, but yeah, so that is good. By the way, okay. I did not know until this year in my life that they sold plain instant oatmeal. Like, and I'm a big oatmeal fan, first of all. A little packet, just plain oatmeal, because then you can add what you want without having all the other stuff. Like if I just want a little bit of brown sugar and blueberries, I can add that and not have all the other nonsense. So I thought that was really cool because I don't know why I just never noticed, never looked, but anyway. In case you're like me, it's probably only like a couple of you. In case you're like me and you didn't know, they do. Anyway, so that's good and easy. That is used certainly a couple times a week. And then I've also got power cake, like pancake mix here that usually just kind of goes beside it. And then we just got a few cereals, Cheerios and Honey Nut Cheerios. Tyler's favorite Morning Summit. And then the Count Chocula I bought recently for the season. You know what? They don't love it. I will say they love the marshmallows in it. Gigi was not a big fan. Felicity liked it, but again, she's doing that thing where you just pick the marshmallows out. So I'm like, and I'm reminded why we don't buy cereals like this, because they don't actually eat anything but it. And then the only other thing I typically will keep up there, just because there's room for it, is like baking mixes. So we love this brand, first of all, but there's apple cinnamon. I've got banana. If you add a little bit of chocolate chips to the banana, wow. I might make the apple cinnamon soon though. Doesn't that sound good? And then I still haven't made these. I'm kind of waiting for the right time to make them with the girls. I mean, for no other reason than we just haven't made them. There's no like special occasion it needs to be for. But anyway, so I'm gonna put these back up here. When Tyler was making the shelves for this, because these were just wire shelves and he ended up buying wood, staining it, and we were trying to decide the height of them. And I told him, let's go buy the biggest cereal box out there and make sure that can fit. If that fits, this can be our cereal one, and then I'm not worried about, you know, it's little things like that that are just so nice. So, okay, all fit. Plenty of room. So yeah, I think I will put these baking mixes up there again. And then we have breathing room, which is so nice. 2 down. That one's good. So in theory, I guess 3 down, 3 to go. And then also the door. All right, we'll pop it open, some snackage. I am gonna throw something up on the TV, on YouTube maybe, or maybe I'll watch another episode of Shrinking. I'm still trying to catch up on that. It's a show I'm watching on my own, so I actually have to like find time to watch it. So I'm gonna pop something up and we're gonna do this at warp speed, all right? So good. All right, we did it. So much better. I don't know if it looks any different to you guys. This feels very different to me. It's the exact same organization, but this is so much more clean. May not be, as I always say, Instagram perfect, Pinterest perfect, but it works so well for us. So I cleaned off all of these, which is just so nice. I went through, there were only a couple of things that had gone bad. They were like ingredients that, you know, cornmeal, I probably bought years and years ago for a recipe, used it once and then never again. It went bad in 2021. And then some walnuts that are like super old. Okay, well, I guess I should say they went bad February of this year, but there's only a few and I'm like, eh. So anyway, I got a couple things that I just took out that don't need to be in here, that can be elsewhere. But otherwise, this is such a good feeling. So you already saw that part. I ended up moving these. We have 2 of these little bento boxes we'll use for packing lunches. And we never really had an actual home for them. So this is perfect. I had a lot of backup chickpeas. Some of them I'm actually just going to keep in the basement. It's one of the few things we will buy backups of because we go through them quickly enough. So, but I didn't need like 9 of them here. So I just have 3 of them. I realized we continually buy like sauces that we use a lot, or that we like, this is the one I showed today I want to try. I want to actually use these though. Like I've got a teriyaki sauce back there, a bulgogi sauce, which I love. Actually, I think I'm making, no, I know I'm making bulgogi bowls tonight. So I will use that. So that works out. Anyway, that feels much better. Down here, we have baskets for pasta things and rice things. And that is one of those simple systems that works really well, because when I'm not sure what we're making for dinner, maybe I didn't meal plan that week, I can kind of come over here and be like, all right, we've got gnocchi. Do we have a sauce for it? Or we've got this kind of rice. Let's find something to make with that, whatever. But I feel like these were the kinds of things that otherwise were bumping around. They never really had a home in our pantry, and it's nice to kind of have a little home to put them, including like the kids' mac and cheese, like things like that. This was another thing that these were all over the place years ago, but it's those random things that we do use, like rice vinegar. We actually use in a decent amount of recipes, but we're not using it all the time. But we need a place for all these. Worcestershire sauce, I can't say it. Balsamic vinegar, you know, all that kind of stuff. And then we also have back here oils that we use from time to time, but again, they don't need to be front and center because we don't use them a lot. So down here is like our weird random basket of things that we don't know where to, oops, that's our popcorn maker. Things we don't know where to put. Flaxseed, you know, ground, whatever, coconut flakes, hemp hearts. Like these are things we use, but not all the time. And they need a little home. So they all have, this is the miscellaneous basket. And I feel like that's one of those little storage things that in every pantry, if you have one, or cabinet, having a little basket or something for the miscellaneous things is nice, because they have technically a home. And then this is just our little snack thing. So instead of having it in the door, we just put them in here. It's easy enough. They can dig through it when we say it's okay to, and they can pick something out. Works really, really well for us. And then we're not feeling like we're constantly refilling this door thing. Like that is just simple. And it works. Then the door didn't need a crazy amount of change. I just kind of made sure things were where they needed to be. I've got salad things together. Got granola. We could keep this in the rice thing, but we use quick rice often, so it's kind of nice to have them. Quick grab, our honeys, and then our hidden stash of Thin Mints. The kids can't, I don't think they've ever actually even noticed it's there. It's always there in plain sight. They have no idea. Peanut butter, pistachios. I ended up consolidating a bag of those. Consolidating some of our beef sticks. These are kind of like, honestly, more grown-up snacks. I mean, they're allowed to have them too, but you know, they're not typically reaching for beef sticks. And then some snacks that they're welcome to have as well. I ended up throwing pretzels in there just because, like I said, I originally had oyster crackers. I'm like, they never eat pretzels and I know they like them. So perhaps having them down here where they can see. Goldfish, they also like these. And again, they couldn't really see them up in the snack box. So I put them down here, and then some little Nutri-Grain bars. Her place for her lunchbox. So much better, you guys. Thanks for coming along the journey with me. Also a little update on sweet Pinocchio. So you don't have to get up, bud. Oh, honey. So he was chasing a squirrel the other day. Don't even think about it. And he like lost his footing and he hurt his back leg. So we had to take him to like the urgent care vet that was actually open. Like we could barely find a place open on the weekends. We finally did. We took him in and they did x-rays and stuff. And basically they discovered that he really doesn't have any cartilage like in the joints on his back leg. So he was just really predisposed to definitely hurt. And he's always hurting his legs. So that's probably why. And he's older. He's 10 and a half. Very mature. Anyway, so he is on some pain meds for now until we can get into and it's like anti-inflammatory medicine and pain meds. And then we'll have an appointment later this week with our real vet. That way he can also look over the x-rays and make sure that whatever path this doctor told us to go on, he also agrees with all that. And just so they have the records. And obviously he's only getting older, and I know that. So, but we might also, we've been giving him Cosequin, like the chewable stuff you can get that's got all the things in it that's good for them, for their joints and all that. But apparently, and again, Tyler was the one that took him to this vet. So this is through, 3 people at this point. But basically, I guess there's like prescription strength Cosequin, if you will. I don't think it's that brand, but anyway, maybe it is. But that might be something we consider as well. It's kind of pricey, but I think it might be worth it if it's going to help his quality of life, the next few years. So we'll need to talk to our regular vet. But in case you were curious how he's doing, it's actually made me really sad. We've had some little teary moments because it's sad to watch him walk around on three little legs. Basically, he will not put any weight on it. But he's been quite a trooper, but we've had to carry him, like he's laying on the couch now. We have to lift him onto there, which is fine. We have to carry him out down the deck stairs to the grass for him to go potty, and it's just changed his little life. So hopefully, prayers for healing. Hopefully it will heal in the next few weeks, and we'll just kind of take it slow. Honestly, he's kind of slowed down a lot in his age anyway, where, we'll play with him and throw his little toys. They're right there. And he'll play for a few minutes, but then he'll stop. And that's not typical for him. But again, I'm like, I think it's just his joints and his bones. They're tired. So anyway, there's the little Pinocchio update. He says, but don't worry, guys. I still want my food and treats. That has not stopped me. He also was barking at people walking by earlier. So he's still acting like his normal self, which is good. So next thing I want to tackle is this table here. This is something we have never really had, like these drawers and then these open. We've never had a specific purpose for this other than we've had this for a long time. We love the piece and it is great storage, but let me just show you. It is so random. This is like a whole cabinet of just random stuff, like something broken that we need to fix. I don't even know what some of these are, truly. So it's just, beads, a potty training thing, which we don't need anymore. What? Like, why is there paint in here? So I used to use this long ago as like an arts and crafts cabinet. Yeah. So I think it's time to basically just empty this out. And then until I find the purpose for this, I'd rather leave it empty with nothing in it and then be like, oh my gosh, it'd be perfect. Let's put these things in here. So one thing we have in here are random Halloween decor we didn't put up. The kids were kind of playing with this. They had some of this in their room and then it ended up in the hallway. So again, I just shoved it in here. A few random like candle things or whatever that we've had for years. So a lot of this stuff needs to come out of here. I actually would like to keep the few candles that I have on hand downstairs because that's where we actually utilize them. We don't typically light candles up here. Just with the kids, it's not worth the risk, obviously. So yes, so I think I'm just going to empty this out and then we'll just see what we're dealing with. These are, by the way, the Jabbering Jack things Tyler ordered on Facebook years ago. These are the ones. This one's broken. It was supposed to be this like high-tech, really cool like face that lights up and sings along with the song. Tyler spent too much money on it. He was so excited about it. And he got these Dollar Tree pumpkins in the mail. It was like the greatest lesson in don't ever buy anything from a Facebook ad. If you like it, go to it separately, look up reviews of that website, like make sure it's legit. You can find out a lot of information. Anyway, so yeah, we've got these 3. I don't have the heart to get rid of them. And the kids will play with them. Hold on, does one of these actually work? Okay. None of them even work anymore. Anyway, they light up and they sing. I think they go wah ha 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 or something. Maybe they don't even do that. I don't remember. Yeah, I was looking for a lighter the other day. There it is. Oh, and we were actually looking for museum wax the other day. Tyler what was he going to use it for? Oh, our photo frames like going up our steps. Tyler was replacing some of the photos with more updated photos. And oftentimes when we'll dust those, or just the kids, their hand along the wall, it'll kind of get askew. So we figure putting a little museum wax on the back would be perfect. So those frames are actually like really cheap ones we got. They're like plastic ones from IKEA, but they look really nice. We bought them when we first moved in and we've never, I really like the way they look. So another thing we have a lot of are these wax warmers, you know what I mean? And we also have some old like Bath and Body Works little, like this should probably go with the Christmas decor. That way if I'm actually want to use it, I haven't used these in quite a while, but if I did, I would know where to find it. And I have one of the wallflowers. It's Tiki Beach. We bought this at Notre Dame in 2015. So this is like a keepsake. So it's like, do we keep this with the candles? I guess so. Or do we like put it somewhere else? But it's just a little cheapy plastic thing. But this is the keepsake from our honeymoon. Very special. And this, of course, was years before the whole, like, when it burned and all that. It was so crazy. Oh, this is a teeny tiny little candle. That was part of, like, some trial pack, I'm sure. Humidifier. I don't even think we still have this humidifier. Little remote. Do tarts expire? Like, I don't think they do, right? This one's Honeycrisp apple. That smells like leaves. Maybe I do pop one of these bad boys in and just have that going. That smelled so nice. The other one we have is called Citrus Blush. I don't think I like that smell. I wonder if it's just kind of turned, because I think it's meant to smell like tropically, but it smells bad. We have some room sprays. Oh yeah, we got these like Magic Candle Company's little fragrances. They smell like Disney resorts. I wondered where these went. And then we've got kind of like emergency stash of like candles, tea lights, you know, you never know. It's kind of nice to have. Stick them. It's this thing, I think, where you put, yeah, it's a candle adhesive so it doesn't like slip and slide in a taper holder. I don't know that I've ever actually used this. $2.50. That price tag really makes it look like I've had this for 40 years, doesn't it? Got a pretty candle holder. Yeah, we really used to be into melting those wax things. So I've got a couple here that are beautiful. I don't think I want to get rid of them. Maybe we'll get back into it. That would look pretty in the kitchen. I feel like this one would look really pretty in the kitchen. And I liked this because it had the separate container so that you could freeze this and then this would pop right out. You know what I mean? All right, I've already found one good use for one of these sides when we're not using the humidifiers, putting those in there. That is nice because we were kind of stuffing them into our linen closet, and so then things were just toppling over every time we opened it. This is perfect. What's funny though is now that I have a home for them, we're about to start using them since we've got the heat on and blah, blah, blah. But this will be their home in the off season. I'm remembering now one thing Tyler and I talked about doing was possibly using some of this for just like our travel-y things, especially like the kids' travel stuff. They don't have a ton, but little things we have for them, like their packing cubes we'll sometimes use. I might try that. I don't know that I'm gonna get to that today, but at least now it is emptied out. I've got some crafting things. I found like this cool paper mask. I think one of the girls got at a birthday party that they could decorate at home. Found a bunch of, well, I found like 2 coloring pages that hadn't been colored, and then just some computer paper. It's a good feeling. And then I'm gonna take the candle-y things and put them down where I want my candle things to be, which is great. I used to always have like a back stock of candles. I don't anymore. I kind of just buy 1 or 2 when I am out. That's a good feeling because I don't know. I don't think candles go bad. Like I'm sure some of you guys watching, you probably have like some stacks of them that you love and you go through. I know one of my good friends does too. But I feel like sometimes I would have candles like this, like even the like wax melts that I'm like, oh my gosh, these are probably like 6 years old. Like, oh my gosh, are they still good? I don't know. Well, it's a new dawn, a new day. I am at my little filming space here and I've got all of the makeup that I keep here. I want to go through and declutter some, bring some to my main vanity where I get ready because I want to use it every day. I like to have some makeup here so that when I'm filming, if I'm doing a coffee chat, get ready with me, whatever, I don't want to have to bring makeup back and forth every single time. It's nice to have a little bit here. I have plenty of it to do that considering I obviously review makeup and beauty products on this channel and I have now for 13 years. Every time I say it, no, 12. I keep pre-aging it. 12 years, okay. Anyway, so got some fresh coffee. It is hitting the spot. Also, this is the mug my parents got me for Christmas last year. And it made me so happy. I have loved Wicked. Oh, my little Broadway love and heart back when it came out. You know what I mean, like 15, 20 years ago, whenever it was. So the movies have made me, well, the first movie I've seen is so good. Have you heard of it? It's only national news. Okay, so like I said, let's go through this stuff. I'll show you kind of what is here. Let me scoot you closer. In this bottom drawer, I have like a few headbands, some cotton rounds, some sponges, hair clips. So it's not, I don't really need to go through it because none of this needs to change, you know, but it's these top two drawers. So I recently went through this, so it's not as bad as it has been. But again, there are a few things here that I am dying to use more often, and I have missed having them with me daily. So let's see. I think I can get rid of quite a few of these. I am going to get rid of these. The Versed I didn't love, if you saw that video. The Milani, have I even used this? Oh, it's way too light, right? I don't tend to like, honestly, foundation sticks anyway. So I think we're going to actually declutter these. I think I'm finally, and this might even be expired. Okay, it expires in January. Every time I use this, I don't love the tone of it on me. It's meant to be an SPF, but it still has a few more months in it. So there's that part of me that's like, just keep using it. But maybe I'll bring it home, try to utilize it more there, because I certainly would get more use out of it there. And then come January, I can pass it on. So that'll go home with me. This, I will say, grew on me, the L'Oreal Skin Ink. I did not like this as a concealer on the under eye, but all over the face, it's like a really cool, almost like quick foundation all over. It's a really bizarre formula. Like I said, I hated it on the under eye, but on the face, it actually looks really cool. So I think I'm gonna keep this. Do I bring it home though? See, this is the problem. I'm gonna put how about, how do I do this, you know? I'm gonna finally pass on this Patrick Ta one. It's just not one I liked. It's way too greasy. It kills me, but nonetheless. Yeah, I just don't have I only have 2 SPFs here. It was that one that I showed you and this Versed one. This one's okay, it's not a favorite, but I need something here. And I have this bubble moisturizer, same thing. It's okay, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just not a fave. But I'll keep these here because I do need something like that. I have this setting spray from NYX. I remembered liking, but I haven't used a ton. So it needs a good shake up though, that's for sure. It's like all settled. I have more concealers here than I do in my vanity. That's crazy. So I didn't love these Versed ones. These I'm finally just going to declutter. I like a lot. I like the Typology and the NYX ones a lot, but I kind of want to switch these out. Maybe I'll leave the NYX one here. I want to take the Typology one home because I actually really like it and I haven't gotten to use it a ton. The CL, I feel like I remember this being too something. You know what I mean? Like too orangey dark. I don't know. I'm going to take this home and use it here. And then I'll leave this Tarte creaseless one here that I'm still trying out. I'll keep this Makeup Forever powder foundation. It's actually an older one. It looks kind of sketchy. I know, you guys. I've like scraped off. I need to scrape off. But I have 2 of these. My replacement one and then this one that's seen better days. But I do utilize it. I have a couple of primers here, and I certainly don't need all of these. Oh, there's another concealer, this Milk one. I might bring the Milk one home too. So, oh, I do have another SPF, but again, it's like a tint. So I'll keep both of these here. I actually prefer, if you were to get the Dew Glow SPF, I prefer the non-tinted one. I actually think it's better. So these are the 4 primers that I have here. This was way too dark. I had actually very recently used it in a video. It's too dark on me. And so I'm just going to declutter it. The only thing is like you can use it on your body, which I think is really pretty. But then I'm like, do I leave this with my body lotion? But honestly, I just don't need it. I just don't need it. I've got 2 very gripping primers. I really want to use this Revlon one more, so I'm gonna bring this one home. And then the Power Grip and then the Power Grip Matte. Maybe I'll leave the Power Grip Matte here. Yeah, I'll leave this one here. No, I think I have another e.l.f. one at home. Sorry, this is me thinking out loud. You're getting to witness it all. I love this Shape Tape Cloud. I don't think they sell it anymore. So I might bring it home. Oh, it expired like 2 years ago. Jessie. September of 2023. I really liked this stuff though. It really is a shame. I've got 2 of the Superstay ones. I still don't know which shade I have played with this so much. I really like this Fenty Beauty Eavesdrop so much. So I'll probably leave those 2 here. I might be done with the Tarte. It is expired. It had been smelling a little odd recently, but I was like, oh, I'm sure it's fine. I should have checked. Let's figure out which of these I am closer to. You can see why I don't know. So that was 120 and that was 115. I don't know. I don't think either of these are a great shape for me. I mean, they're not terrible, but blended in, you know, I don't know. I can see why I have just been torn. So perhaps I'll leave one here and bring one home, and I can mess with them in both places and see if I like. I don't know, you guys. All right, so this drawer is much, much better. It's not great organization, but it'll do. Perhaps I can actually mess with where things are in this upper drawer, but that's perfect. That's more than enough. Honestly, I'm even thinking about maybe I bring the Fenty Beauty one at home. And the reality is I usually, when I go home and put these in, I might grab a couple of things from there and bring them here, you know. Top drawer, I might need to actually set up here for this. Okay, so there's a lot of things in here that I just love and some that I'm like, no. So I really enjoy this Morphe powder here. So I think I'm going to, I mean, I know I'm keeping it. I kind of want to bring it home. I want to use it at home. So I'm going to put that in the home pile. I am enjoying the Say one, but I feel like I want to use it more often as well to really know how I feel. So that one's going to go home with me. Maybe I'll leave the number 7 one here. This NARS one is one that I replaced, and I'm just using the last bits of this here because I like having it. It's so, you guys know how I feel about that. This It Cosmetics Sun Blush was nice. I don't think it was anything to write home about for the price. So let me think. I'm going to put that with my maybe. I'm going to get rid of these here, these Versed and this. I just didn't love them. I am going to keep this Versed in. No, that was the really bright. Never mind. I'm going to get rid of that one too. What was this one? Oh, and this one was too dark. Yeah, I just couldn't quite nail it on those. So those are going to go. I forgot I even had this L'Oreal Lumi blush. I'm going to bring that home. I miss that. I really enjoy this number 7 blush. I wanted it home. So I'm going to have to do the great switcheroo. What do we have here? This is a highlighter that broke from Rare Beauty, but I do enjoy it. Physicians Formula Diamond Bronzer. The bronzer's there. Bronzer and highlight. This is also a bronzer that I can stay. I've got the blush. That is really pretty. These can stay. I am going to, I think, just pass on this. This is actually pretty. Let me swatch it. I just feel like I don't reach for it, but maybe if I bring it home, I would. I know I really liked the way it looked on the skin. Ooh, that's like a perfect fall. Okay, I'm gonna bring this home. We're gonna use it there. I still have not tried this Revlon Glimmer Blush Drops. Or have I? Ooh, that just might be a little bit too pigmented for me. I think we can move on from that one. That would not work for me, generally speaking. I would have to have such a light hand, and for me, I don't know. So all of these can stay. Looking back here, here's another thing I still haven't tried, the Neutrogena Glow Perfector pen. I need to try soon. I'll push this back here for now, just to take a little space. Okay, so we have a weird amount of mascaras in here. Like, what are we doing? I just recently tried this one again, as you saw. Still don't like it. It gives me like 4 eyelashes, so that one can go. I don't like the waterproof Colossal Bubble. I just don't think it's anywhere near as good as the regular Colossal. I'm wearing the Colossal right now, and I love it, but it will transfer, like if it's sweaty or anything like that. So I can't wear it on like warm days or anything like that. But so I had high hopes for the waterproof. It's not very good. This one's still good, the Master Mario. The Super Fan is getting, oh, that looks okay. Oh, the Verse one can go. I really just felt like I didn't love a lot from Verse. So these 4 can stay. They're all still good, and I'm still utilizing them, and I'll probably leave them here. This NYX Clear Brow Gel is looking a little sketchy, a little suspect. I think it should probably go. This Makeup by Mario brown one has just a little bit life left in it, but it's not ready to go yet. Got a Rare Beauty one. I'm still trying out the Kosas Soul Gazer. Infallible. Honestly, I feel like all of these can stay. Let me make sure this liquid liner is still good. Yeah, super black. This one is really nice. The L'Oreal Infallible one from the drugstore. And then I still use these. So, okay. Much better though. It's nice to have gone through all that. And then I also have this Lash Discovery Bottom Lash Mascara here. All right, so I've also got my lip products here, which is way more options than I need here. So let's see. I love that. This is one that can go. It's a clear one from MAC. I don't think I have used it ever, maybe once, but it's new. So I might, there's nothing wrong with it. I have so many feel like clear glosses. So I think I'm gonna pass this on to a sister that I know would actually use it. And here's another clear one, but it's got like that pH thing to it. Here, let's put it on. Let's see how this looks. It's the kind that like, I think it's supposed to change your lips. Oh, it smells like mint Tic Tacs. Let's keep an eye on it, we'll see. I feel like a lot of the times I don't like the shade that it changes my lips to. We have the Maybelline Teddy Tint. Every time I've used it, I didn't love it. It just makes my lips look really dry. So that one can go. This Say color is way too bright for what I typically would go for. Again, these first ones, the tinted lip serum I liked. So that one we can keep. Oh, it's definitely got a minty tingle, which I love. This line, the Plump Ambition, I have like an actual shade of, not like the pH, at home, and I use it almost every day. It is truly one of my most used products. So if I like this one, I feel like this would be an amazing purse lippy because it just kind of, you don't even need a mirror. I have this beautiful Dior lipstick that is in the shade 100. It's a really pretty color. I feel like the formula, well, first of all, the color is just slightly lighter than my lip. I feel like I don't use it as much as I wish I did, but I don't feel ready to get rid of that yet. Like I want to keep using it maybe with like a darker lip liner, but I would say if you have lips similar to mine, like lip color wise, 100 would probably be too light for you. This Milani Keep It Full, I have quite a few. Let me pass on Spice. I'll keep Moi. They all look very similar because they're not a crazy deep color to them, but I do love them. Do I need all three of these here? Maybe not. So I'll bring the Versed one home, so I'll use it more often. And then I can keep both of these here. I really enjoy the L'Oreal, this one, but this line, but this color is way too pink. So I'm gonna get rid of it, but I do wanna try another one. It's like their long wear L'Oreal Infallible. This is in Lanou Rose. So too light for me. I'm sorry, too pinky for me, but I do love the line and would love to try another thing from it. I have this Merit lipstick in Classic, which is beautiful. Everyday shade. I really like this formula too. It stays in place pretty well. The Revlon little lippies. This is the Glossed Up Rose. Really, really like that. And then the Lifter Glaze, which I also like. I will say the Lifter Glaze is less easy to apply, as in like you kind of got to rub it on a little bit more. This one's in Caramel Glow. If you were looking, I really like both, but I think that the glossier one is definitely the Revlon. This one's not quite as glossy, so you kind of got to swipe it on a couple times, but I really like both. I've got all these lip liners. I've got a red, which is nice to have here. I have one at home. Then I love these Milani ones. This Rare Beauty. I'll leave Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk here. I think I have more than one of them. I really like that lip liner. The Rare Beauty in, which one is this? Worthy is definitely a fave. Ooh. And then these two. Okay, so I think I'll leave Worthy and this darker Milani one here so that I'm kind of covering everything, and I'll bring this lighter Milani one home. I have this Fido Glow Lip Balm Shimmer from Naturium. That's it there. It's really pretty. And then I also have this Say gloss that's pretty. So I'm going to bring the Say one home. I'll leave the Fido Glow here. And then I'm going to bring this Dior one home and maybe bring a different lipstick to leave here. This looks nice. Again, it's definitely a pink tone, at least on me. I guess it would look different on all of us in theory, but I don't think it looks bad. So I think I'm going to keep that here as well. So there's our lippies. That is much more pared down. That is nice. The only eyeshadow things I have here, I think I'm just gonna leave here, the Urban Decay Naked palette. So fun to play with when they brought that back. And then the CoverGirl actually two CoverGirl quads here. Very similar. But I like both of them, and it's nice to have them here. So, all right, that feels much better. I've got an almost equal stash of things going home with me and an equal stash of things being decluttered, which is exactly as it should be. I'm now seeing some more things here that need to go. Very good feeling. I might quick tackle this. I've got like random here. It's like a little basket I keep up here. I have like 3 lip balms. The Cosrx Lip Sleep I like, but it's gotten kind of this weird texture, so I think it might just be old. I really like the Versed Cloud Wrap Lip Mask and my little Vaseline Lip Therapy. So I'll keep both of these. And then what else do we have in here? Battery. That is so corroded. What in the world? Throw away. Jeez. Ugh. Ah. lost these little heart clips. I think I can put a lot of these. I have like a different area for hair stuff, so. All right, all that really should be in here. I've got my little hair clips. I've got a sharpener, got a sponge or two, or like a velour puff. I've got my sponge, which I actually just started using yesterday. Got a couple of hair clips, but these don't need to be in there. They can go down in this bottom drawer, like I said. Got this, which actually I want to bring home. I was wondering where that was, so that can go home. I'll put my 2 lip balms in there. I've got these little hair clips as well. This is like one of my go-to headbands for getting ready these days. Maybe I'll put that in there so then it's a quick grab. And then the only other thing I have in there is Bioderma, but honestly that could go down below. It doesn't need to be up in there. And then my makeup wipes I also keep down below. All right, thanks for coming along this little journey with me. Decluttering, that feels really good. Well, I just remembered these have lights. And depending on the camera, they can be cute in the background. But when I'm using my like main camera, like not my vlogging one, there's not, it's like the frame rate or something. And so they end up looking weird. So anyway, so I forget that these actually turn on. I just turn them on and it's so nice. Thank you guys for coming along with me as I organized and decluttered some spaces that really, really needed it as we kind of are dipping our toes into heading into the winter holiday season. I am so excited. I love this time of year. Thank you again to Thrive Market for sponsoring a part of this video. Just a reminder, you can get 25% off during their month-long cyber sale. And if you go to thrivemarket.com/jessicabraun, you can shop that sale and also stack on top of that an additional 30% off of your first order and a free gift. It is an awesome time to join Thrive Market. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed, check out this video next. It was a recent kind of vlog, getting things done video that I did where I was kind of resetting, getting a lot of things done. I think if you felt like this was productive, you will enjoy that one too. And I hope you subscribe and stick around for more videos every single week, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, friends.